I know. Time for SWAT World again.
Secret weapons and tactics.
Hey there, how about a few passwords for one of everyone's favorite blood curdlers, CastleVania II for the NES. Now, while you may think that you've seen it all when it comes to doing in the Dracman, there's a couple surprises here for you. This card has a couple of endings that only come out at night. Ooh. Whoa. Hey, what's up, bud? Hey, bud. Psych! To see the first surprise ending to CastleVania II, bring up the password screen and enter OYZYUQAU-R12SSMIA. Once again, that's OYZYUQAU-R12SSMIA. Now, if you want to check out yet another surprise ending, enter C1DF 026D L1KN SWJK. All right, once again, C1DF 026D L1KN SWJK. Whoa! Check this out. Cool. Now, don't say I never gave you anything, because I have the ultimate weapon for Cybercore on the T16 game system. Now, while this game normally lets you use 3 different weapons that work at one at a time, this tip will give you the ultimate weapon, a blend of the powers of the 3 individual weapons. Check this one out. Find the metamorphosis capsules which appear when you blast certain enemies. Pick them up in this exact order: red, blue, green, green, yellow, and red. Once again, red, blue, green, green, yellow, and red. Now let the enemies blast your ship until it returns to its normal state. The enemies think that you're on the run, but not a chance, dude. Now you've got the best of all 3, and that's the ultimate weapon. Pro review. Now, you know that around here, we are suckers for a good sports card. So the Game Lab Gonzos went airborne when this copy of Bill Laimbeer Combat Basketball for the SNES bounced into this lab this week for a slam dunk.
Yeah, but according to our gargantuan gamers, this cart may not be a slam dunk.
Ooh, let's see.
Check out basketball in the year 2030. Roundball's #1 bad boy, Bill Laimbeer, has been forced to retire from the game because the league could no longer sanction his, well, shall we say, overly competitive style of play? But wait, Laimbeer's back as the commissioner of basketball. And what's this? He looks exactly the same as he did in 1991. Give me a break. Well, if you're buying into this weird basketball fantasy trip so far, you might as well listen to the rest of this stuff. So, with Bad Bill in the driver's seat of the NBA, he immediately fires all the referees and eliminates the personal foul rule, leaving the pros to wear armor and compete for not only hoops, but for weapons, explosives, and cash, all of which are tossed into the game by the crowd. Wow, defensive play means taking the ball away from the opponent by punching out his lights or leveling them with a body block. So, dudes, what's the big deal? Sounds like your average everyday playoff game to me.
So, what did the game pros think about this smash and bash game pretending to be a sports card? Well, the game uses an overhead perspective, so you don't get to see much in the way of character graphics. Pretty ho-hum stuff, if you ask us. The sound effects include a few grunts and crunches, but we heard a whole lot better on other SNES games. And we gotta dish the challenge. Once you get the hang of the play, it all becomes pretty easy. While the game's a lot of fun at first, we think a sports game ought to be a sports game. Maybe Bill Laimbeer ought to check out a day job as a wrestling dude, because this basketball game is no basketball game. So, B-Man, I get the idea. I know what you thought of this one. A real sleeper.
We've got a hot one for Battle Royale, so stay with the program on GamePro.